Q&A with Wade today on the 23rd of February. I'm sicker than a dog dying. I got Montezuma's revenge. We may cut her a little bit short today, boys, but we're going to do everything we can to help you. 859-355-9002. Give us a call if you got any questions today. A beautiful, beautiful day here in the great Commonwealth of Kentucky, about a smooth 70 degrees. I'm here with my good friend Tyler, who is in charge of Thoroughbred trucks. Tyler and I have been friends for a long, long time. He's pretty much useless, but he's down here helping me with the questions today. So if you guys have got any truck accessory questions, you can pose them to Tyler, and he'll try to answer them for you. But yeah, 859-355-9002. We'd love to have some phone calls today. We're going to turn the phones on. You can call us about Kentucky basketball. You can call us about trapping, Hunter Mains. You can call us about fishing. You can call us about trucks if you want to. But yeah, absolutely. So Adam and I usually start off with what did we train on today. We trained on a couple of new tuners that we brought in. Actually, you know what? We just trained on everything today. That's pretty much what we trained on. So that's it. That's how our Thursday trainings go sometimes. Sometimes we don't have a good structure to it.
Give people a hard time.
We give a few people a hard time, but that's for your betterment as a customer. We want everybody to be taken care of in the best possible manner for sure. So saw Duke get a big loss last night. Rick Pitino lost his mind on a North Carolina fan. Just about got thrown out of that joint.
Did you hear what they said to him?
They just called him a punk, didn't they, or something?
They
It was
said
something
sucks.
sucks.
Something like that.
Everybody in Missouri said something bad to Cal. Vanderbilt had a big win over Tennessee. For you Vanderbilt guys, they did that in Knoxville. Arkansas beat Mississippi State. Brandon Phillips got traded to the Braves. Go Braves. I think that about covers everything on sports-wise, doesn't it, Tom? Ladies, Tyler's single. We just want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Let's read some questions.
Either my phone's not working or nobody has asked yet.
Nobody's asking any questions,
If
says
somebody's
Tyler.
asked one, feel free to call us and at least tell us, because my phone's not showing it.
So we don't have any questions. How do we not have any questions?
You're bored.
The little things down there. Do they have? Is anybody asking anything? Trev Burt's here. Hello, Trev. How are you, sir? Adam Craig's here. Adam, we're doing Q&A today, just to let you know.
Since you're sick.
Since you're sick, I'm sick too, but I'm here working. You know what I'm saying? But that's normal. You know what I mean? Why do we not have any questions? Let's ask a question to ourselves. Let's just say hello. Hey, questions are working.
All right.
Trev, ask us a damn
We
questions.
hadn't asked. My question is, why don't you have any questions?
That's exactly right. Well, I guess we wore out our welcome on Q&A with Wade on Thursdays. Probably time to shut the operation down. We just want to thank all of our sponsors here at Q&A with Wade. We'd like to thank Budweiser Beer, Steel Chainsaws. I'd like to thank Dodge for everything that Dodge has done for me on a personal level. I like Nitro Boats 882. I'm a big fan of it. I'd like to thank them. Daiwa Rods and Reels, Abu Garcia as well. Remington Arms, and
We have one.
we got a question. Looks like Q&A with Wade is not over. Actually, we got a question from Wes McFarland. He hung up. Pandemonium in the office right now.
What does it cost to have injectors tested?
What does it cost to have injectors tested? Well, depends on what the injectors are and what the time that we've got in them is. We'll send them off to, we've used several different facilities can do it for us. Usually you're looking at, really honestly, it varies. From a mechanical injector, it might be $25 an injector. Common rail injector, you might be able to get done for $100, $150 an injector. If you've got any questions on, especially if it's common rail, if you've got any questions on the performance of your truck and you think that you've already got injectors, probably more cost effective for you to go ahead and put a set of injectors in the truck than having them tested on a test stand. Testing on a test stand, you're going to be down a certain amount of time. You're going to have the labor involved with the testing of the injector. So there's a couple different aspects to look at on that if you're wanting to get your injectors tested for that. So
Daniel. Big fan.
Big fan. Thank you, Daniel.
Says,
I appreciate
hang
it.
on. We're getting to Daniel.
Oh,
We're not there yet.
I thought he was a big fan.
No.
I was just thanking him.
Just want to say I love Q&A you guys do. I set alarms on my phone every week just so I can tune in.
Thanks, man.
I don't always have a lot of questions, but I sure do learn a lot from the questions that are asked. Keep up the great work.
I appreciate that, man. Daniel, come to Kentucky, and I will go fishing with you. You're welcome in my home anytime, or my trailer, however you want to look at it. Which my wife was out yesterday. She's awesome. My wife is awesome. I literally drove into my front yard yesterday. My wife was washing our trailer off, and that's the best thing.
You outpunted your coverage.
Oh, I know.
Big time.
Yeah. Ellie, I love you.
Chris wants to know Fast 150 Titanium or AirDog 4G.
We don't get into the brand part of that. I can tell you that both companies offer you a lifetime warranty. They offer you a great product. You're really not going to get into anything there. Either way that you go is going to be good. I have Fast on one truck. I've got AirDog on another one of my trucks. I like both products, both great companies, both made in America. All of the good things that you want. Lifetime warranty, great customer service from both sides. You're not going to make a bad choice either way that you go. The only way that you're going to make a bad choice in that is if you cheap out and try to go with something as like you try to rig your own fuel system up, or maybe you decide not to do filters if you've got a common rail truck. So go ahead and spend the extra money if you've got a common rail, do a pump with filters. You're going to get a good product either way.
Adam Craig, I guess this might go back to our question, says you forgot to put the part about asking questions about your truck.
Man, Adam, I really wish you'd get off of the whole video tag. Nobody cares about the video tag. The tag of today's video is Q&A 22317. Call us with your questions. What more do you want from me?
Apparently you're really quiet because he sent me a text just now.
Okay, so I turned it up because he's not here to shove this microphone in my face. So.
We have a question addressed directly to Ranger Rick.
Oh, absolutely.
Is it true that you have not caught a single coyote this year? And tell us about mouse-powered steel chainsaws.
I have not caught a single coyote this year. I will tell you that the extent of my trapping adventures, I had a coon that was bothering one of my barn cats. So what I did was I went out and bought a dog-proof trap. Any of you guys that are trappers, I bought a dog-proof to catch coon. I would like to catch more coons because I know coons are hard on the turkey population, the poults and whatnot. So, dog proof. I catch a coon on the first night. As soon as we drive up to the coon, my wife's like, let that coon go. Don't kill that coon. So that's what we do. We catch animals and we let them go at my house.
That was from Hunter. Isn't he the big beaver guy?
Yeah, he's a big beaver guy. Tell us about your first beaver that you caught, Hunter. Oh, he hasn't caught a beaver yet, has he? That's funny. I'll be here all week, guys.
Don't forget to tip your waiters away.
Yeah. No, Hunter's a good dude. I guess he's the resident trapper because he does have more fur underneath his belt than I do, but not in that kind of a way. I'm sure I've got him beat on that because I guarantee you he's a manscaper. Anyway, I'm gonna shut my door. Getting a little rowdy here today.
All right. Dylan wants to know, what point is it necessary to start a 7.3 OBS? 450 horsepower is the goal.
That's probably going to go into what you're doing with the truck, and that's a bad question right there. If you're going to go ahead and do a motor rebuild, go ahead and stud the motor. 7.3s really aren't as bad for popping gaskets. That's a pretty solid design on the 7.3 head. If you're doing a big build, and obviously that you are at that horsepower number, big for what the platform is available to do, go ahead and stud it. It's easy. It's cheap money. It's cheap insurance. Cheap insurance, not cheap money.
You know Steven Zarzecki? I guess I said that right.
No, I don't know Steven.
He said, "Hi Wade, hope you're doing well.
I appreciate it.
I'm thinking about putting on a 5-inch exhaust, SB intake, and turbo mouthpiece. Okay. Also a downpipe on my 05 Lily.
Yeah, Lily.
Uh-huh. I pull my big enclosed trailer during the summer for racing motocross and in the winter for snowmobiling.
Yeah.
Do these sound like good performance upgrades? Not looking for crazy power. You need to keep the truck reliable."
Absolutely. The Lily trucks, you're always going to want to do the mouthpiece upgrade. That's going to be a good one. S&B is a great intake. 5-inch exhaust. We talk about 4 and 5-inch a lot. 5-inch exhaust may not be necessary. On the Chevrolets, you don't really run into clearance issues, but you've got to hang it, and you've got to hang it correctly. If you don't hang it correctly, you can hit on the transmission cross member, it'll start rattling, and it will absolutely aggravate you to death. So maybe sometimes a lot of customers get into 5-inch because that's what they heard everybody else has got. You will get great sound and great performance from a 4-inch. You have my word on that. You can do no muffler if you want to get just that much more sound. Chevrolets, sound great with the exhaust on them anyway. So I think you're doing the right thing. If you don't have a performance modification, if you do not have a chip in the truck, I would suggest doing a chip of some sort of a power adder. You'll really like the way the truck performs from there.
Can you build an old 6.5?
Can you build an old 6.5? I would, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to do it, there's a company out there that centers on 6.5 performance. Unfortunately, we're not that company. I've got a light set of injectors for them. Just depending on what the truck is. If it's an old mechanical, I can do whatever to the injectors needs to be done, probably more than the pump can handle. And I will think of the name of the company. It's a light upgrade. A lot of guys put Holset 35s on them as well. I don't know what they get out of that performance gain. I apologize. I'm not a 6.5 guru, but I'll think of the name of that company before we. I know they're good people. I've heard good things about them. The top's already off my teeth, so whatever.
24 valve truck, VP or P pump it?
Ultimate horsepower, you P pump it. Everyday drivability, you probably P pump it as well. And then if you're having a lot of VP problems, you probably want to look at the reason why you're having VP problems. If you're crushing pumps or something like that, if you're getting contaminated fuel, there's a lot of things that go into it. What do you want to do? If you do a correct setup on the P pump truck, you will love it. Hello, Mr. Shear.
Hey, can you close that ATS cost sheet that's open on your page?
Yeah. Did you have any questions for the call-in show?
Dadgummit.
You do know that you do this every week.
Every week.
Every week. Like there's never a week that goes by. Say hi to everybody, at least, Chris.
Hi, everybody.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Bye-bye.
See you.
That's the resident gay.
Yeah, yeah. Everything I said about Tyler is not entirely true because Chris Shear absolutely takes the cake in all sexually challenged categories.
Okay.
Too much.
Just bought a car now. I'm going to let my truck sit to save miles and money to get parts like turbos, injectors, transmission, etc. What should I do to keep the fuel fresh?
That's actually a really good question. You're going to be able to keep the fuel fresh by actually driving it, which goes right back into, hey, I bought a car so I don't have to drive my truck. So many guys do that. Any type of a fuel additive that you can add to the fuel tank that is going to help you disperse the water or get the water under control. Make sure that you open your water separators on. Please, thank you. Make sure you open your water separators on your filters and whatnot and get the filters drained out. Letting the truck sit is hard on it. Try to drive it. The more you drive it, the better you're going to keep your tank turned over. Very important. That's hard, man. That's a hard question to ask. There is no there. You're not going to have a stay. You're not going to have a. You're not going to have a stay bill for diesel. Diesel is still going to have condensation inside the tank. The fuel is dirty anyway. ULSD and just gross algae. So, a lot there.
Another question to Ranger Rick. Nitrous powered steel.
He's right. I didn't answer the question about nitrous powered steel.
Are they good on hardwood trees or just too much power?
I don't think that there is too much power when you're coming to your chainsaws. I'm a Boss guy. I have a mini Boss which I carry around the truck with me, and M180. Is that what you got? The wood Boss. So I got an M180, and then I've got a farm Boss. Mine is a 280. So I got a 180 and a 280.
And a spare Poland or two, don't you?
Yeah, and a couple of Polands kicking around the damn barn that are in my way. And Tyler's got a wood Boss. Yours is 210 or something like that. I don't know what it is. But anyway, here's what it is. Anything that you're increasing the RPMs of the saw, if the saw's going to handle it, throw it to it. How big a jet can we put in it? You know what I mean? Do we go to fog and then back her off at, a couple tenths? I don't know.
Well, we only have one more question in the lineup so far. I have a 2002 ZF6 Duramax. The end goal is about 600 to 800 horsepower.
The ZF6 Duramax, a man after my own heart, or a woman after my own heart. I don't
It's
know.
a
I'm
man.
a married man. So.
It's a man.
Okay.
Assuming Ryan's a man.
Yeah.
I assume it is. Outside of the clutch, what is there to worry about with the training?
I broke an output shaft at probably 510 horsepower, just truck pulling. It was literally picking up sled and going. I don't have any problems. The problem with the Chevrolet ZF at this point is you're all custom parts. ZF, I think, discontinued all of the parts inside of the Chevrolet version of that transmission. So if you were to go over to the and I'm talking out of turn here. If you were to go over to like the input on the, forget what I was getting ready to say. No problems. No problems.
You were talking about your pulling truck. Why don't you tell us a little more about it?
Yeah. It's out back. We're going to get it back going, but we're not going to pull with it. We're just going to grab the camper and go to trapping seminars. What I was going to say there on the Ford ZF, everything's on the main shaft in the ZF, or most everything's on the main shaft there on the ZF. So I don't know if you can change the main shaft over to the Ford input shaft, or change the planetary in the transfer case and made everything up, and then obviously change your pilot bearing in the flywheel. I don't know the answer to that question. Somebody might tell us a good source to get ZF input shafts too while we're sitting here, because last one I bought, I got a spare one in the shop. It's $500, and I think it was like the last one in the country.
Jaron Holder wants to throw his opinion out there.
Let's have it.
Manuals suck and they go slow.
Jaron is a very fast guy. He drives a very fast truck, and he's right. I mean, but some of us like to grandpa around and lug a truck every once in a while. Jaron, did you see my Snapchat with the old boy with the bald 420s? I don't know where we were when we saw him, but it was someplace in western part of the state. I know that's the same guy that I saw on your earlier Snapchat. Call me.
Sean Nelson said, before common rail injection, what would be the blueprint that led to it, and what kind of pump was it?
Before common rail injection, Sean, which you call every week. I love your questions. I think it's caps. No, that's not right. Common collection, as far as common, man, I don't know. As far as common collection area, most of the diesels of the earlier time periods going forward were a common collection area, i.e. if fuel's flowing through the head, servicing every injectors. But if fuel is going to a separate container, I'm using container as a rail, caps would be my thought, the first one. I'm going to say caps. I say caps every week, man, when you ask me a question, don't I, Sean? That's dumb. I'm going with caps again, man. I'm going with caps.
We have one comment that says 2012 LML. That's it.
2012 LML is a good truck, man. Really good truck. We like the crew cab ones, specifically in Kentucky Blue if you can get it. I like it. I tell you what's that year is the aqua one. The aqua. That's a good looking color. I don't know what that color is. Bob Peterson drives one. That's a good looking truck, man. Any more questions?
Yeah.
Anybody know anything about Montezuma's Revenge? You can talk to us about that. I'd like to get rid of it.
Chase Firkins, Mr. 2012 LML, said, I know it's bad to let your truck sit, but I let mine sit during the week and drive on it on the weekends. Is that good enough, or do I also need to drive it at least once during the week also?
Hey, drive it once during the week, or go out and start the truck and get the, once when you're getting return fuel going in the tank, you're getting stir. The longer the truck sits and everything goes to the bottom of the tank, the first thing you pick up when you start the truck, longer it sits, is going to be the worst of the substance that's in the fuel. Drive it, get the fuel turned over.
Okay, we've got like 3. You want to go speed round?
Let's go.
What's the best way to hook up a fuel pressure gauge on a 9824 valve?
9824 valve. If you're doing it with just a stock lift pump, you can buy a fuel pressure bolt from us. It's on our ISPRO page. It's got the 1/8 by 27 MPT fitting in the side of it. It goes right inside the injection pump. You won't have a problem. If you don't want to do that, you don't want to do a gauge, you can always do a BD low pressure light.
What's the benefits to high voltage IDM from swamps?
You're going to have just crisper injector actuation. If you do the cold start Fickum, you're just going to get a crisper, cleaner running truck. You're going to get just that's the best way to explain it. You're going to get a crisper, cleaner running truck.
Ready for another?
Yeah. Okay.
0660 just did head studs, EGR delete, coolant bypass, NW, which I assume is new, HPOP, 150cc injectors, SCT live wire tuner. What should be next to get to 500 horse? He's doing those again.
He hasn't done the turbo upgrade, so your turbo upgrade at this point, whatever you decide that you go with. We carry Garrett. The Power Max might not be in the power range that you're wanting to be in. If you're wanting to do something bigger than that, there's several shops out there that offer T3 and T4 foot S3 and S400 frame turbocharger upgrades for the truck. So that's where you're at, man. You're at air now.
Sean Nelson came back
Sean
and said, coal dust injection system of Rudolph diesel. after U.S. patent number 54286 of 1895.
It's always 1895 with him. I don't know anything about 1895 fuel injection, Sean. But I'm going to do better next week. I don't care what you hit me with next week. I'm going to do better than I did in the last 3 weeks since you've asked me questions, and I'm not going to answer it with caps. You got my word on that, brother. I promise you. I might not get it right, but I'm going to do better than I've been doing.
That's all we got for now.
That's all we got for now.
Yeah.
That's all we got questions-wise?
Yeah, that's it. I told you a speed round.
Hey.
You're getting a few lined up, and I thought we needed to go faster.
Somebody call us. If you've got any questions about your love life, I'll talk to you about that too. I won't tell you any good answers, but I'll talk to you about it. I saw where our buddy Eric Merchant is going to have a Q&A. I don't know when it is. I think it's in March sometime. Eric's a good dude. Tune in for the Merchant Automotive Q&A. You can go to their website and find out when the date of that is. Call Eric and ask Eric some questions. He's going to be talking about his new line of injectors, 502s, that he has helped with some design of. I guess that's the proper way to say it.
Ready for one?
I'm ready.
08 6.7 liter. I have full deletes, H&S Mini Max, head studs, 5-inch exhaust, 6-speed manual with a stage 3 valve air clutch. How long should the clutch and throwout bearing last?
A stage 3 Valera clutch. I don't really know what you're meaning by that, but I would assume that you're talking about a competition lever style disc. Your setup on your throwout bearing is something that we don't talk about a lot. If your throwout bearing, when the clutch fork is at rest, if the throwout bearing is making contact with the fingers, and so it is unnecessarily turning, you're going to have faster throwout bearing wear out. He was asking about pilot bearing too. Usually we see pilot bearing wear, maybe not. Usually we see pilot bearing wear in transmissions that are something already going on out of balance or out of alignment in the transmission itself. So if you're eating up pilot bearings, you're definitely going to want to stop, pull the transmission out of the truck, send it off to a transmission shop, and have everything checked. Make sure when you do your setup on your throwout bearing that a trained professional is doing it. He's getting you set up correctly so you're not having premature wear of the throwout bearing because it's making contact with the pressure plate when it shouldn't be. That doesn't answer your question, but if you're getting premature wear, look for one of those two things.
What's your favorite Cummins to work on?
Oh, man. Everybody knows it's 24 valve VP truck. A lot of them end up in our shop, and now they're more electrical problems, even though, that we're known for VP sales. But a lot of them will wind up here with ECM problems because they'll be at a shop and maybe some guys don't necessarily have the diagnostic equipment for it, so on and so forth. The really bad ones, those are my favorite. The ones I hate are the ones that guys have hacked up the wiring harness and this, that, and the damn other, and they put a TST box on it or something, and they cut a wire, or not any brand in particular. They cut wires that they don't need to, or they did a hack job in the wiring itself. I don't like those.
Ready?
I'm ready.
09 6.7 Dodge has a rough idle and the lights flicker. Any idea what might cause it? So the lights will dim and then get bright.
Yeah. Well, the lights dimming and getting bright again, that's your intake heater turning off and turning on. So you'll get that kind of actuation. That's perfectly normal. The flutter at idle, you might want to consider maybe an injector problem at that. Does the truck have any codes? Just dive a little bit deeper into it and watch your actual and commanded fuel rail pressure, see if there's a fluctuation there. That, again, is probably going to lead you into the direction of maybe a high return rate on an injector and the FCA trying to keep up with it.
15 LML Duramax. We have an AirDog 195.
I miss Lenny. I miss Lenny not being here. I miss Lenny. Sorry, man.
15 Duramax, AirDog 195, resonator block off, cold air intake, full delete with an easy link. Will my stock tranny take that kind of power?
Depends on how your tunes are set up and what you ask for in your tuning, obviously. You're going to have to watch out for 5-6 flares. We get that question so much. If you think that it won't, if there's any question in your mind, probably good to go ahead and do a transmission upgrade. And we say that all the time too. LMLs are a little bit better about it, but It still doesn't mean you can go out and, stock trucks, we say it all the time. Stock trucks, even an idiot can tear up a transmission in a stock truck.
Okay. Zach Lake is making a mud truck I'm going to start over.
Yeah.
Zach Lake, I'm making a mud truck with a 2024 valve Cummins, 488 gears and 44-inch tires. Hot Rod VP44, 6x12 injectors. What do you think would be a good turbo setup for it?
If you're just doing a mud truck, you're going to be doing a whole lot of idling, and then you're just going to be right in the throttle in mud bogs. So you're going to be short jaunts, whatnot. You're going to want to go. You might want to rethink your fuel system. You're going to hate this, man, but maybe something a little bit smaller, because you're going to want to be able to get on top of these Chargers, because you're going to want boost. You're going to want boost there. So maybe dial your fueling back just a little bit and getting something from the 58 to 62, and that's just a hokey number, but 58 to 62 inducer range on the turbo, so you've got instant boost inside the hole. The truck's going to be cooler. The truck's going to stay cool on the trail, so you can concentrate on chasing women and drinking beer and enjoying your truck instead of overheating and head gaskets every week and so on and so forth. You probably hate that answer, man, but I'm telling you, instant boost is going to be a whole lot better than putting a huge turbo on it that's laggy and you're in the woods all day and you can't get anything going out of it.
Woolly Bear wants to know what your favorite part on Thoroughbred diesel is.
What is my favorite part on?
What is your favorite part on Thoroughbred diesel?
Adam Craig wants to know what my favorite part on Thoroughbred diesel is.
Yes.
Shit, Adam, I don't know. I think there's a lot of stuff that we've got on the website that is very innovative. That honestly, this is going to sound corny, but I mean, I'm proud just to offer. A lot of guys are cutting edge. On a personal level, I have a lot of pride in the fuel injection stuff that we offer and the fuel injection companies that we work with. There's a lot of the companies that are doing groundbreaking stuff like H&S Motorsports and industrial injection and DDP and just all kinds of good stuff out there right now, man. It's a good time to be in the industry. I guess, Adam, my favorite part on the website is VP44s.
Two-part question.
Perfect.
The first one comes from your little brother. What color jig should I be throwing this time of year? I'm tired of catching things.
Yeah. Second
part comes from Hunter. What Cade meant to say was, why do you only catch little fish? It's quite pathetic. He actually said sad. I thought quite pathetic.
This time of year, I like a darker jig. I like a black and a blue. I like to throw a little bit bigger jig at this time of year because I really feel like this is a good time of the year to be able to hook a monster. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying, like that. So I'm a black and blue guy this time of year, but everybody that knows me knows that I'm a pumpkin. I'm a pumpkin. I'm a green pumpkin and brown guy. I don't know why the color escapes me. Bitsy bug jigs with Strike King trailer later on in the year. So chatterbait's good right now too. Chartreuse and white. White is right.
Pistachio said, Def wanted to know your thoughts on Zima coming back. Hashtag 90s never did me wrong.
That's right. The 90s never did me wrong either, brother. The 90s never did. Picasso, the guy that just answered that question, he's our graphic arts guy. He's leaving us to take a job with a local newspaper. Good luck to him.
If you didn't know, then now you know.
If you didn't know, now you know. He's a great artist. So if you ever pick up a copy of the Herald Leader and there's some good pictures in there, I guarantee your old buddy Picasso did them. All so right. Now you can say you know somebody that's famous.
Back to the serious ones.
Okay.
0124 valve. Can't brake. Boost truck past 5 psi. Got good fuel pressure and no boost leaks. Could it be too low of a stall converter? Turbo is a Super B special. Trinity is an ATS stage 4 and injectors are 175s.
If you're breaking through the brakes, then yeah, I would say the converter's probably too tight, man. I think that's an easy one right there. When you're out of the brakes and you're driving, I'm assuming that you're getting good turbo then. Good turbo. I assume that the truck is running correctly then. Yeah, I think your converter's just too tight.
Okay. Austin Brown. He's a little upset his question didn't get answered
a few
weeks ago.
Austin,
05 coming 6
we
feet.
apologize, man.
Runs 2,400 RPMs at 75 miles per hour. What gear ratio would that be? It seems a lot higher than 410s.
05 6-speed, 2,500 RPMs.
06.
06?
I'm sorry, 05. You're right. 05 6-speed, 2,400 RPMs at 75 miles per hour.
I think 410s are right. I think those are 410s. I'm 373 and lower than that. So, yeah, I think they're 410s. I call my gear expert Ricky Bobby in here. Let's call Ricky. What's Ricky's number?
I don't know. Say hello to Colin Rainey.
Hello, Colin Rainey. Don't hit yourself in the head with a damn, what they call it, what does he work with? Backhoe. Don't hit yourself in the head with the backhoe bucket. Did you see that guy on Facebook yesterday got hit by that tire? Like to kill him?
Oh, my God.
Gosh, dog, man. If you're watching this right now, guy, I'm so glad that you're alive, but damnation. And the guy that walked out of the building behind him and went out in the road and picked the tire up and rolled the tire back, you need to have your butt kicked. Why don't you walk over and see if that man was all right? Walk out in the road and get the tire. What is that? What is that? What is that? Nobody helps anybody anymore.
How are you all liking John Calipari at UK? UK
This
University
is trap. I mean,
basketball?
it's not answering that question.
As a Memphian,
It's a Memphis. Yeah.
we're still holding a grudge.
I know, man. I know. There's a guy that does sports down in your all's country. I don't know if he's with. I think he's with one of the TV stations that hates Cal. And I understand it's the same thing of why UK people hate Patino. Kentucky is Camelot, and he left Camelot, and he'll tell you that. He's not trying to fight you. But anyway, I digress. A lot of guys want to beat up on Cal because they don't think Cal's a good coach. I'm not a basketball guy. I'm a football fan, so I just watch basketball to pass the time during the winter. I'm happy with the job that Cal's doing. I would like to see Cal maybe start getting some 3 and 4 year players, so we get a team together that jives together and is just a more educated team, for lack of a better word. And I think that the fans would like that too. That's a lot.
That was a good one.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Don't thank me. Thank Dylan.
Hey.
We have a Go Vols in the comments.
He's man. I don't know what happened with you guys last night in Knoxville, but golly, boys. Vanderbilt's playing good right now. I mean, they're playing good ball. I mean, both of them came into it 7-7 in conference, but
While we're here, tell me your joke about Ohio. Just because.
no, absolutely not.
No?
I don't have any. No, too many customers in Ohio, man. We have nothing against Ohio. We love Ohio. We love Ohio. This is not the time, Tyler. This is not the time.
What's a good training upgrade for my 15 LML?
Depends on what you want to do. We do rebuild kits as well from several different manufacturers. If you don't have that kind of downtime, we offer transmission packages from all the big guys, ATS, Suncoast, BD. We have those on the website. Be glad to get you taken care of with it. So if time is a factor, do a full transmission with a converter. If time's not a factor, you're going to try to do the build yourself or have it done, get a rebuild kit, nice torque converter, transmission in the box, make sure you cover all your bases, and there you are.
Glennis, man, he's a tool.
Is he on there?
Yeah, he's
Man, I miss Lenny.
Is Mr. CrossFit in there?
Hell no, he's not in
No,
here.
the PP toucher's not
No,
in here.
heck no. I can't. I don't feel good, man, so I can't stand that yap, and him telling me about how he's a damn
Hey,
independent
I'm Chris, I do
Democrat.
CrossFit.
Yeah, hey, I'm
I
Chris. I do
know.
CrossFit, and I'm gay, and so on and so forth. And have I ever told you that I wanted to vote for Gary Johnson? No, you haven't, and I'm tired of listening to it.
Morgan wants to know where is the best place to go crappie fishing.
Well, it's funny that you should ask that, Morgan. You're going to have a natural transition in the rivers, kind of before the lakes. So we're going to start out just fishing structure in the rivers, just standing structure, jigging. See if we can pull a fish off a tree. As the weeks progress, when the dogwoods start blooming, which is hokey, but you're back on the lakes, you're looking for fish that have a good area to spawn, a good shallow bank that's getting good sun on it most of the day. So you want to be structure oriented for crappie are a structure fish. Let's do it. I'm hyped up, man. I'm hyped up right now. I'm 40 years old. I shouldn't be saying hype. I'm not hyped up. I shouldn't be on Snapchat either.
But you are.
I am.
Look at you.
And if you fellas want to add me on Snapchat, Trick243, I promise you all I ever snap is me mowing my yard, but you're more than welcome to follow me. I'd be honored to have you fellas following me.
You did show us your Dixie beer a time or two.
And sometimes you'll get me pictures of me drinking beer. which I don't do very much of anymore.
Hipster beer.
Hipster beer. What Glennis say? He just want to know where Chris was.
Yeah. I guess.
I guess. I'm done, man. Are you done?
I'm done.
Guys, we're going to shut it off because I literally feel like doo-doo. So thank you all for all your questions today. I had fun. Tyler, did you have fun? Mm-hmm. This is the part where Adam says, tell him bye, Wade. What?
Tell him bye, Ranger Rick.
Bye, Ranger Rick.